Hey everybody, I'm just checking to see if we're actually live. So if you can just hold on 1 second and I can tell you how amazing this is, blah 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 blah. Let's see what is going on right now. Is it working? Oop, something's happening. Just give me a second to make sure everything's working. Sorry for the delay. More info. What's going on here? Enough video to maintain smooth streaming? What are they talking about? What does it look like we're being choppy? Can we hear me? Just give me yeah, it looks like we're working. Okay, great. Hello everybody, I'll minimize this. What I was thinking was, everyone's stuck in here with the coronavirus. You're all like, oh no, I'm stuck at home. I don't know what I'm gonna do for the rest of my life. And then I'm like, hey, oh my gosh. How about we teach you guys some Japanese? And I keep seeing people just, you know, using stuff they find online to teach and talk. And I figured, hey, might as well just give it a shot. If I can't keep going this way, then I can't keep going this way. I am going to... Ooh, we're getting some bad latency, huh? That's interesting. Why is... We're getting some bad latency. We'll see. Hopefully it won't be a big problem. Maybe it's because I'm also downloading the video. I'll turn this down on the lowest setting. Is it really bad? Well, we have the textbook Yokoso. How bad this is. Let me know. I can read your comments in the little I have the chat open in my laptop, so I can see if anybody's talking to me. And that way we can chit-chat with one another. Okay, so basically we're going to use the book Yokoso, and I'm going to make sure that this is also fitting properly. It's a textbook. It's an older textbook. A lot of these textbooks anymore are insanely expensive online. I see off of Amazon, it's like, I want to buy a basic textbook. And it's like, oh, that'll cost you $80, and there's 5 of them, and you need all of them, blah, 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 blah. And I don't understand this. I don't understand why people aren't making cheaper textbooks and things like that. So I figured I'd at least show you what's going on in a textbook. I think you can find a few of these cheap off of Amazon, but maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, this is just part 4 of the Yokoso. We're live, so I'm gonna get me clearing out my nose and stuff. I was cleaning the basement because I might need to go do live stream more. So I need a better place to do it. All right. Anyway, the thing here is that we're gonna be talking about random stuff. Nothing too exciting. Don't need to know Hiragana or Katakana at this point, at least not in this part of the book. And we are going to let's just get started, okay? You're not going to need a lot of vocab at this point, so if you're new to Japanese, you'll be able to probably follow through most of this, okay? So here we go. We have a conversation right here. We have Miyai and Hayashi having a chit-chat, okay? And let's look what they have to say to each other. Hopefully you can read these. It says, Kino no yoru nani o tabemashita ka? And let's just break down the grammar. Okay, so kino is yesterday, no, ownership, yoru. So we're describing yoru in terms of kino. So yesterday evening, yoru means night. Nani o tabemashita ka? Nani, it means what? Before the o particle, we do pronounce the I there. Sometimes we don't pronounce the I part, the nani there. So nani o tabemashita ka? Tabemas means to eat. Taberu, the stem is tabe. So everything before the mas or the mashita, that mas sound right there, everything before that is considered the stem. The stem is tabe, and it means to eat. Tabemashita, eat, and then this mashita ending, the shita at the end, instead of mas, it goes to mashita. that makes it past tense. So, kino no yoru, last night. Nani o tabemashita ka? What did you eat? The ka particle tells us that it's a question. Kino no yoru desu ka? Sukiyaki o tabemashita. Okay. You might have noticed I'm not pronouncing every single sound that's on the thing. Like, for example, here, it's not sukiyaki, it's sukiyaki. And it's not desu, it's des. And, that's just your fumbling, bumbling sound. Ano, eto. That just means he's stuttering. He doesn't know what he wants to say. Kino no yoru desu ka? Notice, this is an example of the word des, where it does not mean is. So, frequently, the word des translates to is. However, this sentence doesn't make sense with it being des. Kino no yoru desu ka? Is it yesterday night? That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. This des is simply functioning as a polite way of marking. Kino no yoru by itself is a noun, so it's a noun followed by a noun, so it's a noun phrase. And so when you have a noun and you want to end your sentence politely, when this is the end of the sentence, you need a des. So, kino no yoru desu ka? Oh, last night? Sukiyaki o tabemashita. Notice again, we have the o particle telling us what it is that we verbed. You're going to verb the heck out of that sukiyaki. So, whenever you have the o particle here, right here, this little o guy, let's delete that and highlight it. Boom, there's your o. That tells you what it is you are verbing. And the thing that he's verbing is tabemashita. Or, sorry, the verb that he is doing is tabemashita. He ate. What did he eat? He ate the sukiyaki. He ate sukiyaki last night, apparently. Sounds delicious. Hoka ni wa? Hoka ni wa? Hoka, other, ni. Just memorize hoka ni wa for now. Hoka ni wa? Anything else? Is how that translates to. Hoka means other. The ni particle, don't worry about it right now. And the wa is what about? What about other stuff? What about anything else? Ooh, what about that stuff? Once again, we see the eto. He's thinking to himself. Hoka ni wa yakitori o tabemashita. So here, beyond that, yakitori o tabemashita. Yakitori is like a chicken dish. It's like you take a skewer and you stick some chicken on there and you fry it up over a grill. And it's good with the right seasoning. It's good. Yakitori tabemashita. So he had sukiyaki and yakitori for dinner, or at least last night. He must have went out with the guys. So go ahead and read along with me now. We got kino no yoru. Nani o tabemashita ka? Kino no yoru. Nani o tabemashita ka? I can hear you now. Ah, it's beautiful, your voice. Last night, what you be eating, boy? Kino no yoru desu ka? Last night, I'm being polite with you with this desu. This desu right there is making me be polite with you. Sukiyaki o tabemashita. I ate me some sukiyaki. Hoka ni wa? Hoka ni wa? Hoka ni wa? Something else? Anything else? I'm thinking to myself, yakitori o tabemashita. I ate me some yakitori, baby. Alright, we have some new vocabulary. If this were not our first lesson, then this would be new vocabulary. Kino, yesterday. Ototoi, the day before yesterday. Senshu, last week. Sensenshu, the week before last. Notice these words end in shu. Shu. It's elongated shu. And that means week. So konshu, senshu, raishu, sensenshu, all that's saraishu. Those are all different weeks relative to today. So we have sensenshu, senshu, konshu, raishu, saraishu. Kyo is right now. Kino is yesterday. Ototoi is the day before. Ashita is tomorrow. Asate. I like to do this. What I'm doing the days when I'm teaching them. Kyo, kino, ashita. Kyo, kino, ashita. For some reason, doing that kyo, kino, ashita helps people remember it. At least the new learners. If you're out there, then that might help you. I hope it does. Alright, so ototoi, kino, kyo, ashita, asate. We are learning how to put time into our sentences. And these are some pretty basic sentences so that even new learners can learn all this good stuff. Again, this is the Yokoso textbook. If you have any questions, thank you for the nice lessons. Hey, no, you're welcome. Kikia Mart. Kikia Mart. Is that like a store and you sell kikias? Or keeks, I guess, because ya is like a store. Let me know. Let me know what level you're at, Kikia. I can help you out with other stuff if you have any questions. I think it's just you and me watching, unless you just left. All right, I'm gonna sneeze. Hopefully I won't. Here we go. We have nani or nan, what, nanji, what time, itsu, when, dare, who, doko, where, donna, what kind of, dochira, which one between two. This isn't communicated very well in a lot of textbooks. Dochira can also mean where in certain situations. So other than that, we have dore. You might have noticed a pattern. We have a lot of D sounds, especially a lot of do's. So you know how in English we have the 5 W's, who, what, when, where, why, who, what, when, where, why, and they all have a WH. I had to burp, excuse me. We have dare, who, doko, donna, dochira, dore. So we got a lot of these D sounds. I could make a joke there, but I'm not going to, because we're being appropriate for children. Okay, so nani, nan, what, nanji. So if you look at this, it literally means what, and then ji is time. So itsu is when. So nani, nan, nanji, itsu, dare, doko, donna, dochira, dore. Excuse me, I burped again. Hopefully you didn't hear it. Alright, so just keep those in mind. I believe we have Quizlet cards over at the Quizlet.com, and there should be Evan's Easy Japanese if you just find it, and you should be able to find some Yokoso based off of what chapter it is. I think I have the chapters mislabeled because I am trying to... I broke down the PDFs a little bit so that they're easier to follow. Anyway, here we go. We got some times. We got 5 o'clock, 5:30, 6:25, all of this good stuff. Boom, 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 boom. And up here we have okimashita, got up. So it looks like they're just giving us the vocabulary. Notice again, mashita, past tense. 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 Okay, and before all of those mashitas, the reason why it's past tense, by the way, this is Linda Brown's schedule for yesterday. Ooh, that's wonderful. Stem, stem, stem. So everything before mas, or in case mashita, is the stem of the verb. And we can identify what the word is based off of the stem. So let's look at all these different stems, okay? Oki, mas, okiru, okimashita. All of those okis are to wake up. The subject of the sentence wakes up. Shimas, to do, in some cases to play. Tabemashita, this is to eat. Taberu, taberu, tabemasu, tabemashita, tabenai, tabemasen. All of those different things that you might have learned, but maybe you haven't. That is to eat. Ikimashita, iku, ikimasu. This is to, this is a group 1, so we have the iku instead of the ikiru. This is to go, but past tense it's to went. We can't say to went. Tabemashita, again, we have eat. Hanashimashita, talk, speak, have a conversation. Ikimasu, again, go. Kaerimasu, kaeri, this is the stem. It means to return home. Tabemasu, to eat. Mimasu, the PDF is in the way. Mimasu, miru, mimasu, that is to look or to watch or to see. Yomimasu, again, that's in the way. That is to read. My brain's working. Ne is to sleep. It's a made-up name for when I was 13. Kikya is cool looking for hiragana, even though I don't think it's a word in Japanese. Maybe you can tell me why. Why is it not a word in Japanese, or why does it look cool? Now let's see what the dictionaries have to say for kikya. I think it actually... Could it be a word? Kikya? Kikya. I don't think it actually is a word, unless it's a special word. Let's see what comes up. I hope it's something disgusting. Because that'll get me in trouble. Kikya. Let's just see what happens when we get that. No, these aren't words coming up matching. So I don't think it's a word. Why is it not a word? I'll have to write a letter to the Emperor of Japan. Me and him are on solid footing. I write him letters. I'm like, dude, what the heck is kikya? And he's like, oh, I am the Emperor of Japan. I have no time for this. And I'm like, no, dude, what's kikya? And he doesn't give me an answer. So... I don't have a good answer for that one. Sorry. I don't know why it's not a word. But, I mean, if you like it, go for it. Who cares? It's kikya, right? Yeah, so it's not kikiya. However, just really quickly, the kya ending, that could be a thing. Kikya, what's kikya? Kikya. Kikanai. That's more of a cha, though, so never mind, it's not really a thing. Sorry, it's not really a word. Kikya Mart. Alright, anyway. So this is Linda Brown's schedule for yesterday. So what we're going to try to do is make sentences that tell us what she did at certain times, okay? So we can ask questions like, what did she do at a certain time? Or we could ask questions like, what time did she do something? So that's good. We'll try that out. So, let me just delete all this stuff. And that way I can teach you guys as we go. I can highlight stuff as we go. I think I only get one color unless I have to click a bunch of buttons. Sorry for the nose thing. I was cleaning the basement and it's really nasty down there. Allergies. Alright, so for example, if I were to say the sentence, maybe I'll write it down as we go. Well, let's just say it first. If I were to say, Goji nani o shimashita ka? So notice the sentence is nani o shimashita ka. Let me just bust open a Microsoft Word and we can actually write this down. One of these days my computer will load up Microsoft Word. If you're looking down there, you can see the stuff that I've been working on with the videos that I've been making. It's not loading up for some reason. Or did we get a new one finally? Did we get one? Yeah, there we go. Great. Blank document. Let me just format this real quick because this is nothing. Okay. Alright, let's zoom this up as big as this guy. Actually, how about we do layout? I will crank it to be a landscape so it'll fit better. There we go. And then we'll keep it within the margins so you guys can see it just within the margins. And boom, there we go. I want to actually home. If I click on that, it'll pop it down. Then I can keep it from collapsing. We want to get bigger letters so you guys can actually read it. So the question that I just asked everybody was, and we'll keep it out of Romaji. So I said, Goji ni nani o shimashita ka? Okay, so go means 5. G is the hour, so that means like 5:00. Ni particle tells us at what time it's happening, so screw it, I'm going to put the ni particle there because I'm crazy. Nani, and then let's just put the o particle there so you can see what it looks like, because some people aren't aware that these particles sometimes have special readings. That's not pronounced wo, it's pronounced o. So goji ni nani o shimashita ka? I'm using the standard romanization here, shimashita ka. So question mark is ka, shimashita is did, nani o, what did you do to an extent, and goji is at 5:00. So we have goji ni nani o shimashita ka. I'm looking right at the verb to answer. So what would be an appropriate response? An appropriate response would be, honestly, you just say she woke up. So you just read what's right there. So okimashita. Brown-san wa goji ni okimashita. Something like that. So that's all that happened yesterday. Kino no asa goji ni okimashita. She woke up at 5:00. Let's see. I looked at it many times. Lol, well, Kia is cute, but girl's name is Kikyo. Kikya means cute, or you mean that it is a cute word? Kikya. Because I know kawaii is cute. I don't know, maybe Kikya means something else as well. Okay, so now we know how to form these sentences. So whatever the time is, goji ni, with the ni particle, and you just ask, what did she do? Nani o shimashita ka? One more time. Nani o shimashita ka? This is your super sentence right here. Okay, if you can't read hiragana, this is o, and this is, hiragana. Yeah, that's a ni particle. Okay, that's your basic pattern. So how readable is that? Is that visible? We'll zoom in for now. Okay, great, there we go. So that's your basic pattern. So time, ni particle, nani o shimashita ka, what did they do? And we can make it non-past tense, nani o shimashita ka, what will they do at that time? But right now we're dealing with past tense, so let's keep it past tense. Alright, so for example, if I were to ask you guys, 8時に何をしましたか? Brown-san wa, her name is Linda Brown, and I don't know her that well, to be quite frank, so I'm going to call her Brown-san. Brown-san wa, 昨日 昨日の朝8時に何をしましたか? And so that's the question. You're getting at 8 o'clock yesterday, what did you do? Brown-san wa 昨日の朝, so the asa is like morning. 昨日の朝8時に何をしましたか? What did she do? So the correct answer is just, you just read what's right there, honestly. It's that simple. So, 学校へ行きました. Pop quiz, what's 学校? And I guess it's written right here, so it's not really that helpful. 学校 is school. E is to. Notice really quickly the e particle. Let's write this down. 学校へ行きました. However, notice the e particle is not actually the e. It's not this. It's actually this. So let's just make sure that we know that as a particle, this is read as e. Oops. Boom. 学校へ行きました. So at school, or to school, she went. Okay, so 学校へ行きました. Alright, so that's one more thing we can do. Let's try asking, at what time did she do something? Okay, so we have our sentences here. Oh, okay, so it's just, you think it's a cute word. I gotcha. So let's just look at here. So let's look at one that's, just straight up a set time, okay? That way we don't have to get into minutes yet. So, Kawamura-san to hanashimashita. We went over it very briefly. Do you remember what hanashimashita means? Hanasu, hanashimasu, hanashimashita, past tense. Mashita means past tense. We have spoke with or talked with somebody. So, to talk with Kawamura-san. Kawamura-san to, notice the to particle right here. To particle can mean and or with, depending on situations. If we're making a list of numerous nouns and we're combining them together, the to particle there means and. However, here, we're just using it with one noun. It just means with. So it's, you can think of it also as like I and Kawamura-san hanashimashita. But it might just be better to get used to it being with somebody. Kawamura-san to hanashimashita. Talked with Mr. Kawamura. Just a reminder, we do not know if san actually is a male or female. The textbook has given us the male Mr., and that's simply because they made up the characters, right? That's how it works. Oh, man. Okay, so Kawamura-san to hanashimashita. So the question we might ask is, remember how we ask what time? Nanji ni? Notice how we keep the ni. When we're asking what time, we keep the ni. Nanji, and then that ni that we had with times over here, ni. Nanji ni. Nanji ni. Kawamura-san to hanashimashita ka? Notice we have to add the ka there because it's a question. Nanji ni, at what time? Kawamura-san to, with Kawamura, hanashimashita ka? Did she talk? At what time did she talk with Mr. Kawamura? So what's a good answer? Honestly, all you have to do is just say the time followed by des. So you just say 1 o'clock. However, we need to be polite and we need to be speaking Japanese, to be quite frank. We don't just say 1 o'clock and expect Japanese people to understand us. They might, they probably would, some of them, because they all learned English and Japanese. So let's look here. We would just say, well, okay, so let's start off with PM. Gogo. Gogo means PM. And it's funny. An easy way to remember go-go and gozen is go-go dancers dance in the PM, right? You don't want your go-go dancers dancing in the morning because that's not the right time for that kind of behavior. So go-go is PM. So we would say go-go. What was it? Ichiji? I think it was Ichiji. Is that what it said? Yeah, Ichiji. So 1 o'clock. Go-go. Ichiji desu. Or, yeah. So notice how we're not making it past tense. Because we already understand that the question is past tense. At what time did she talk with Mr. Kawamura? We don't need to make it past tense. We just say go-go ichiji desu. The desu here, I don't know what that noise is. Oh, it might be my laptop making some... The fan must have finally turned on. Okay, no, that's something else. If you hear an extra noise, I don't know what it is. It's not a big deal. Okay, so go-go. Ichiji desu. So once again, this is just being polite. This is saying, I am being polite to you. That's literally its function right here. Because the sentence ends with a noun at 1 o'clock in the PM, 1 o'clock is a noun, right? Ichiji is a noun. So because it's a noun, and we're just going to end it with des, we're going to be polite. Ichiji des. That's it. That simple. Go. Ichiji des. So the question was, Nanji ni, remember Nanji ni meant at what time? Nanji ni Kawamura-san to hanashimashita ka? With the ka particle at the end. And the answer is gogo ichiji desu. Okay? That's simple. Yeah, Japanese, indeed. Japanese doesn't really differentiate much between Mr. or Mrs. However, it does have generally female. It does have female male language, though. It doesn't have the sans and the Mrs. and all that stuff. You probably already know this, but just to make sure, if you ever see someone's name as a kun, it's most likely a boy. If you see a chan, just in case we don't read hiragana, let me just do that. Chans are generally girls, or girly, or childish. Kuns are more boys and boyish. And remember, these are for when you're talking to either somebody socially below you, to a significant degree, or just children. Also, you might remember from the movie Kimi no Na wa. There was a movie called Kimi no Na wa. Here's what the kanji. That's actually what it looked like on the title, Kimi no Na wa. And notice how the wa is actually a ha. That's because that is how we write the wa particle. Kimi no na wa. So notice how even though it's a ha. Oh, let me just jam this down on the next page. Boom. Or there we go. So kun-chan, kimi no na wa, all those wa, the kimis. These different ways of saying me and you, watashi and boku. And there's also watakushi. Watakushi, watashi, boku. And we also have ore. These are different degrees of being masculine. So from left to right, we have feminine and feminine and polite on the left. On that side, I don't know if it switches for you. Anyway, where you see the was there, I just realized that we might not know hiragana. Watakushi. Maybe I can do it with tabs. Yeah, that might be the best way to do it. And then we have watashi, boku, and then we have ore. From should be your left to right is the degree. More feminine, more polite, more blunt, more masculine. That's generally what the rule is. Blunt equals masculine, and polite equals feminine to a great extent. And these all mean me. These all mean me. Me or I. So notice me/I are these guys. I'll leave those up a little bit longer. This is a problem. I need to make it visible on a screen for everybody. And then you/, oh, that's right. There's no other pronoun for you. We have anata. We can even say like anta, kimi, and omae would probably be the better. So, oops, it jumped down another thing. So, anata, kimi, omae. It's interesting, omae actually used to be polite a long time ago, and it slowly became a little bit more blunt and masculine. So, the language is flipped at some point. Oh, that sounds like my kids are having a lot of fun in the basement. Right, yeah, exactly, for San. But just in case, this isn't necessarily at you, Kikia. This is just in case people aren't aware of this, okay? So, masculine and feminine. Other ways to deal with masculine and feminine. There are other ways to discuss it. You can end your sentences with wa in certain situations. But then again, if you're in Kansai Ben, wa is actually masculine. Depending also on what you put into your sentence and how you frame your sentence, it can sound more masculine. Okay, so we'll deal with that when it comes up. Not right now. But yes, indeed, sans and that sort of stuff do not have masculine and feminine. Man, sorry, I gotta cut out those snorts. Sorry, my allergies are just killing me from when I was downstairs cleaning up. Okay, so let's keep on trucking. Let's go now. We were doing 5 o'clocks, if that makes sense. And then we did 8 o'clock. And then we did ichiji. And And then we had hachiji. Actually, I think we didn't do this hachiji, but that's all right. Now let's try doing something a little bit more difficult. Let's start doing these 30s. So we want to start talking about times in the 30s, okay? Oh, I forgot to mention that. Go-go dancers might dance at the PM. But in the AM, it's gozen. So gozen is AM. So we'll deal with that. Okay, so let's ask, at what time did she take a walk? Okay, so sampo is a noun. Shimashita, though, turns it into a verb. This is a common structure in Japanese. Noun plus suru, shimashita, all that sort of stuff, into a verb. So it literally means do the walk. You walk the walk, but can you do the walk? So sampo is like taking a walk. So when you take a walk, you're sampo-ing. So sampo o suru, sampo shimasu. I'm trying to highlight straight. There we go. Sampo shimashita. Sampo shimashita. So the question would be, say it with me now, how do we ask at what time did she take a walk? Yesterday. Let's start off with the day. Ki, and then the time. Nanji ni, and then the action. Sampo shimashita ka? I added an O particle in between sampo and shimasu. We can do that. That's fine. Kino, yesterday. Nanji ni, at what time, sampo shimashita ka? Kino, nanji ni sampo shimashita ka? Kino, nanji ni sampo shimashita ka? Brown-san wa. Something like that. We can make all that work. So, how do we say 30 minutes into the hour? We are very blunt. Actually, yes, that's very true. What you just said, you wrote, lol, Japanese men must think American women are very masculine. And they do. Entirely. No, it's very interesting to see the cultures hit each other. I would recommend this, not because I'm a male chauvinist pig, but if you're female, you said we, so it sounds like you might be a female. If you're a female and you're learning Japanese, try to pick up that, like, how to be extra feminine. Because if you come into Japanese culture and you're like, oh, or whatever you're throwing to sound like a masculine dude, you're going to come off as tone deaf, if that makes sense. And this isn't just for you, Kiki. I don't know you at all. Or at least not very much. But this is for any woman learning Japanese. If you go into the language and you're like talking like a man because you think it's funny, blah, 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 blah. Americans love sarcasm. We love making jokes. We love this blah, 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 blah. Japanese are much more fit into society. There's the joke, in English, the rusty nail gets or what is it? The rusty wheel gets the grease. Whereas in Japanese, it's the nail that sticks out gets hammered down. So try to fit in. That's just my tip for anybody learning any foreign language. Try to fit in. Get in their good side, and then if you really want to change something in their society really badly, if you show everyone that you're trying to play along with them, and then you want to change just that one little tiny thing, it'll go a lot better. Anyway, Dogen has a really funny video, but one of his later videos is him talking about one, what it's like to be a foreigner in Japan, and another one about the really self-confident, like rude, and also making mistake foreigner. And we've all met them. I'm sure I was one of them at a time. Anyway, I'm rambling. So to say 5:30, we just say the time goji. So 5 is go, ji is the hour, and then we just add han. Han, H-A-N, goji han. So, kino nanji ni sanpo shimashita ka? What time did she take a walk yesterday? And the answer is, we just say gozen, because that's the AM. We have that written down. Gozen. Goji han des. And we just keep it that simple. So we're doing the AM. Gozen. Goji han des. Keep that des there to be polite. Even if you're male, even if you're female. If you're with your friends, you say da, but even that might be weird for a girl. You just say gojihan, would be fine as well. So, but we're being polite right now. So gozen, gojihan desu. It's good in the language learning communities when you go out there on the internet looking for how to learn languages. A lot of people tell you don't learn how to speak politely first. I think that's wrong. Simply because if you don't get very far in your studies before you meet a Japanese person, it's better to err on being polite. So one should practicality, learn polite first, and then effectiveness, you should learn bluntness after that, or not bluntness, but like being friendly and casual. Okay, so 5時半に散歩しました. Okay, that being said, no, I was gonna say something. What was I gonna say? I forget. Sorry, I don't remember how it goes. What I was gonna say. I'm sure it wasn't that important. Okay, great. So, ja. The squeaky wheel gets the grease, yeah. Let's do another 3:30. Oh, there it is, 3:30. I was looking right at it. Okay, so great. This is the next sentence. So, 行きました, went. 行きます, iku, 行きます, 行きました. This is to go. This is the idea of going to a location. I want to talk about going and coming. There's a joke I can make here, and the joke would be accurate after you hear what I said, but let's not make that joke right now. There might be children watching. So, going and coming to locations, okay? This is an interesting thing that I think should be explained in every textbook and should be hammered in by every teacher. For example, let's say that you're at a store and your boss calls you. Says he will say "kochi ni kimasu." Please, well, he would say "kite kudasai," but let's not get into any grammar. So he would say "kimasu," come here, come to me, because from his perspective, you will be coming to him. Does that make sense? So he will say "come to me." So "kochi ni kite kudasai," something like that. Kite, kuru, kimasu, come to me. And then when you respond, you're over here and he's over here, and you respond. You wouldn't say I will go to. You wouldn't say I will come to you right away. You wouldn't say "Hai kimasu yo" or something like that. You would actually say "ikimasu." So when you're answering, in English we just say "I'll be there right now." I'll be there right away. So you would say in Japanese "sugu." From your perspective, you'll be there. "Sugu ikimasu." So be aware that with ikimasus and kimasus, the verb you choose is always dependent on who's speaking and their perspective from where the final goal is. Okay? Sorry, I'm trying to burp out or mask all my burps and disgusting noises. Alright, so anyway, the question is, we're going to ask at what time? So, this is yesterday again. But if we've been asking this question numerous times, we don't need yesterday anymore. So, じゃあ何時に図書館へ行きましたか? A 図書館 is a library. 図書館. 図書館, library. Once again, this is the particle, so it's actually written with an he character in the Hiragana. Where did I have that? He. So this is the particle right there. Boom. Oops, I want to highlight that. There we go, great. Stop highlighting. Thank you. Alright, so this particle is actually with an he, the character for he. Okay, so, but that's not what we need to worry about right now. Okay, so, 図書館へ行きました. I went to the library. So, 何時に図書館へ行きましたか? 何時に、Brown さんは昨日何時に図書館へ行きましたか? At what time did Brown go to the whatever it was called, the library yesterday? So your answer should be 3:30 des. And if you want to add in the PM, do you remember what PM was? What time did the go-go dancers do their thing? Go-go. So, note. Oh, that's what I was going to mention. I forgot earlier. We don't need a particle between go-go and gozen and the time. Okay? So we just say go-go 3時半です. Go-go 3時半です. And the han there is so, 午後3時半です. The answer is, politely, des. So that's what des means. The answer is, politely, des. 3時半, 3:30. And then the go-go is PM. PM 3:30. 3:30 PM is my answer politely. So, すいません. 昨日、ブラウンさんは図書館へ何時に行きましたか? Notice how I added 何時に somewhere else. 図書館へ何時に行きましたか? What time? We can put the time anywhere we wanted to be quite frank. So, 図書館へ何時に行きましたか? To the library. What time did she go? 3時半です. 午後3時半です. PM 3:30. We have any 3:30s? There we go. We got another 30 right there. Boom. Let's do one more. Oh, does German have a polite? Does German endless lands has a fun joke there for anybody who gets it? I'm not going to explain it right now. So does German have a polite language? In like, do they have a polite system? A system where they add politeness into their language grammatically, like with words. In English, we do politeness with enunciation. When we properly enunciate our words, we come off sounding a bit more polite. We also do it by word choice, like we wouldn't say, I'm gonna go. We would say, I'm going to go, or I will go, I shall go, things like that. And that's how we do politeness in English. And English is a Germanic language, if I'm not mistaken, so I'm curious if German itself has its own system, like words. Japanese, they actually, the term is agglutinate their verbs. They actually add the mas sound in them. That mas right there tells you, I am being polite to you. The same thing with this des, where we don't have a des anywhere on here for me to highlight. But des by itself says, I'm being polite. And mas is a thing that says, I'm turning this polite. So you should know that I'm not being rude to you. Okay, anyway, alright, so we have another blank 30 time. And this is what time she went to sleep. So I don't know why we would be asking somebody why they went to sleep. I guess, if you're being polite, you're talking to that person. So you say, hey, how do we ask the question? And before I give you the answer, how do we say, what time did you go to sleep? If we know the person and we're talking to them, we don't need to say, anata wa, because that actually sounds like you're dating the person. Anata wa nanji ni nemashita? Oh, I just said the answer. Oops. Anyway, hopefully you know the answer before I said that. If we add the word you to the sentence, it's usually very, hey, what time did you go to bed last night? It's kind of how we're coming off, like, hey, baby. So, what you might want to do instead is just simply say their name. So even though you're talking to the person, you could say their name. If you ever want to talk, instead of saying you in a language, in Japanese, consider one, not saying it at all. Maybe you don't need to. In this situation, if I'm talking to Brown, I don't need to say, what time did you go to sleep? It's obvious who I'm talking about. I could just ask the question, nanji ni nemashita ka? Which is what I said earlier, so that's the answer. I just blurted it out again. You just say, nanji ni nemashita ka? Yube, last night. We could say, kino no yoru, or the other word is yube. Yube, nanji ni nemashita ka? What time did you go to sleep? Or we could just say their name. Brown-san, nanji ni nemashita ka? What time did you go to sleep? Alright, so the question is, how do we say at 11:30? As an answer, we do not need the ni particle, and we just use des. So, it would be, how do we say 11? Anybody know their numbers? I like to say, here's a story for remembering 1 through 10, okay? Hopefully, if you're difficult with learning 1 through 10, this will be the basics. Some of the numbers have more than one pronunciation, but this is just some of them. So there's a girl I met the other day. Her name was Ichi-ni-san. Because she has an itchy knee. Ichi-ni-san. Ichi-ni-san, Shigo Roku. Cuckoo, cuckoo, Shigo Roku. She went crazy, right? She went crazy. Shigo Roku. And then Nana and Hachi just don't work that well. So you just go Nana Hachi, like you sneeze. Nana Hachi. And then you remind everybody that, Ichi-ni-san, she's a cute Jew. She's a cute Jew. If you're Jewish, I don't mean offense, whatever. Get over it. Cute Jew. She's a cute Jew. So, I guess 11 is an itchy Jew. That sounds like I'm turning into Hitler. An itchy Jew. So, Juichi. The Jews are itchy. I don't know. That sounds terrible. Even though I'm making a joke, it still sounds terrible. Juichi. Then we have the time. O'clock is ji. Juichi ji. And then we add han. Han. Juichi ji han des. Notice, again, I'm not making it past tense because I'm answering the question, and I don't need to say... It's almost like we're saying the answer to your question is politely, and that's why it's des and not deshita. The answer to your question is politely 11 時半. Okay? So this is how we do times in Japanese, and we're just doing some basic times. Okay? So, let's do some more tricky times. Here we go. Boom, boom. Again, this textbook is Yokoso. I found some cheap copies of this online, at least in America. They're used. And if you get the older versions, try to find the old editions. the old editions are just as good as the new editions, I'm sure. Like, the language doesn't change that much, so just get the old editions. And I think I found some that were $20. I should put a link in here so you guys can buy it from me, and then you guys can get me some bonus stuff. You get if I could do an affiliates link, so I get a cut of the money. But anyway, speaking of that, I haven't mentioned it once yet. The reason why I'm doing this is I have a lot of people that I normally would be tutoring, but they're canceling on me because of coronavirus. I like to call it communitis because communism is the reason for this disease right now. Communitis is ripping apart my ability to make money. So I'm hoping that somebody might, maybe want to become a Patreon subscriber or a Subscribe Star guy. Just $1 a month to get all my bonus material. Or maybe just want to give me a direct donation. I think everything's in the link here, and that's all I'll mention. Just hopefully I got extra free time, figured I'd go live. All right, let's talk about straight up just like 10. So you see these ones, these aren't the 30s. The next one actually is a 30. Whoops. Okay, so they only give us 2 that are not 30 and that do not end in like a 5, okay? So here's how we're going to say a time that's not just 5 o'clock, like just the 00, and any time that's not just a 30, a sanju. Okay, here's how we're going to do that. So remember I told you that ichi, ni, san, shi, go, roku, shi, go. So go is 5. So 5, when we're counting numbers in Japanese, it's similar. I don't know if that's true. It's like multiplication. How many 10s are there? There's 5 10s. So 50 would be goju. Okay? Goju. That's actually the number for 50. Goju. However, we now have a counter for the counters for minutes. Counter for minutes. The counter for minutes is we have hun and poon, depending on what we're saying. Okay, now the problem is that these ones sort of bastardize the number that comes before them. So let me see if I can. Do they have a list of these times in here, or is that maybe that was in the previous? Was that in the previous one? Yeah, I think it was. And I just zoomed in. I shouldn't have zoomed in right now. That just ruined the focus on everybody. Let's get the focus back on. Sorry, I gotta remember not to do that. When I'm making YouTube videos, I can afford to do this, but not during live streams. Come on, Evan, what are you doing? Let's scroll further to the right, and we'll just scroll out a little bit. We'll do like 450. I think it was around 450. Can you guys still read that? Let me know if you guys can still read that. It's more like formal versus informal. Okay. Oh, okay, yeah, good question. Endless lands, great question. Okay, yeah, let's talk about yon versus, let's talk about these, okay. Okay, so, depending on, so when to use which number. And this is talking about like 4, because there's yon and there's shi. And also, especially with 7, there's nana and there's shichi. Sorry, I'm used to typing ti. If you ever see me type ti, that's a chi. Okay, so with those in place, number 1. Okay, so thing to take care of. Number 1. It depends on the counter. So depending on which counter you're using, like hon, satsu, or kai, do, all the different counters, you're gonna choose a different one. Okay. With time, since we're doing time right now, sorry, let's just put it this way. However, let's put it this way. However, remember that I gotta make sure I don't, only one pronunciation. I just typed porn on accident, excuse me. Pronunciation for ichi, for 1. Okay, there's only one pronunciation for 1. Thus, to avoid confusion in announcements, oh man, this is such giant. I wish I could do. Can I? Yeah. Well, anyway, hopefully you guys can just deal with what I'm typing. To avoid confusion announcements, you'll hear 1 equals ichi. So you'll hear 1 equals ichi. And 7 will be nana. So even though with times you normally hear shichiji, because shichiji sounds so much like ichiji, and you have some guy in a microphone, hello, today's, right? It's so like crappy audio. You will hear them say nanaji instead of shichiji. Okay, so that's something to pay attention to. During announcements, especially with bad audio, they're going to go with nanaji instead of shichiji because you can actually hear it. Okay? That's the big one. And then, same thing with 4. Same thing with 4, right? Nana. And then sometimes with announcements, 4 will just be a yo, even though, you don't really hear shiji, do you? But just be aware that they're going to go with yo in announcements, or yo/yon, because they don't want to confuse it with ichi. They don't want to confuse it at all with ichi, right? You're trying to get people where they need to go, so avoid the chichis and the ichis and the jijis to help out everybody. So the rule is, unfortunately, for 1, the rule is it depends on the counter. Okay, so it depends on the counter that you're using in the middle of the sentence. However, in the middle of an announcement, they're going to choose different ones than what you might normally hear to avoid confusion with ichi. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. No. Number 3. Now let's go number 3. So, boop, 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 3. When you're just simply counting for, whatever reason, like, I don't know, when you're just simply counting like 1 through 10, either's fine. Honestly, it varies by region. Okay, so if you're in Gunma-ken, which is where I live, they counted ichi, ni, san. So I did a little bit of kendo. I'm an otaku, sorry. And when we were throwing our kendo swords over our head and we were counting it out with our little dance thing that we did, I'm not very good, so don't think I'm good. I'm not good at all. When we were doing that, we would count ichi, ni, san, shi, go, roku, and then they would say shichi. And I was used to saying nana, but I think they said shichi in Gunma. It's been a few years, so maybe I forget. But my understanding is, depending on where you live, you're going to grow up hearing different people count different ways. And honestly, just try to fit in. If you're over there and you hear somebody counting in a different way, just copy how they're sounding, how they count. That way it'll sound less crazy. If you count one way and everyone else counts a different way, you're gonna hand out your gaijin pass. You're gonna be like, "Excuse me, I am gaijin. Let me say the wrong one," and you'll be fine. There's a lot of dust, damn. Okay, so that's my long-winded explanation. Hopefully that helps. All right, let's close that. Boom. All right, so goju. One thing, this is what I actually want to talk about originally. God, endless lands. You're getting me off topic. No, you're fine. I'm just joking. Where was I talking about times? Okay, so with times. When we end in tens, you'll frequently hear, that's not going to fit, so let me hit that. You'll frequently hear, maybe I'll make this this text available somewhere online somehow. You'll frequently hear, jipun, like a hard poon. It'll actually end in jipun. Instead of oh, sorry, I just realized that I'm trying to do this as if we don't know hiragana. You'll frequently hear jipun. So instead of go jupun, like we just learned how go ju is 5 Jews, 50, you're going to hear jipun a lot. You're going to hear the jipun. So this is actually going to be, boink, boink. This is going to be juichi ji, so juichi, 11, ji, hour, go jupun. You're either going to hear jupun, go jupun, ju-u-u, or you're going to hear jipun. Sometimes they'll just keep it that high E sound. So you'll either hear go jupun or go jipun. So just be aware that's a thing. Counters change how we pronounce the letters, or the numbers, and it's annoying. Counters, everyone complains about kanji. Kanji, not that big of a deal after you get about 1,000 down, and you'll be surprised how quickly you can get to 1,000 if you just study an hour a day, or at least 6 hours a week. Counters, though. Counters. You'll ask Japanese people, how do you count this thing? And 3 different Japanese people will give you a different answer. Anyway, so the question was, sorry, just to go back to what we were doing. So we said, cafeteria de. Okay, we didn't actually read the darn word. Excuse me, I should watch my language. We didn't actually read the darn sentence. I didn't even ask the question. So the question was going to be, what time did you... Does this still fit in the thing? Okay, good. At what time did you, Linda Brown, if your name is Linda Brown, it's not, but let's say it is. Maybe it is. That'd be pretty coincidental. What time did you, Linda Brown, eat lunch at a cafeteria? Okay, so the sentence is cafeteria de. The de particle here tells us place of action. You will learn quickly in Japanese that there... Oops, what just happened? Oh, I'm at the very bottom of the PDF. That's great. I hit the end button on accident. Excuse me. You will learn very quickly in Japanese that there are verbs of action and verbs of non-action. Verbs of action, you have to think through it. Does it feel like we're actually doing something? Or does it just feel like, there is something on the table? Okay, so tabemasu is definitely a verb of action. After all, you grab food and shove it in your mouth like a maniac. Alright, so cafeteria de. The place of location is at the cafeteria. Hirugohan o, that is what we are eating. And tabemashita is the verb that we are affecting it. So, to break this down grammatically, the o particle tells us what... So, this is the verb, so that's very important. We are eating. We're talking about eating. Past tense, ate. We ate something. She ate something. The o particle, what did she eat? She ate hirugohan. Where did she do the eating? She did the eating at the cafeteria. Notice also, if she eats with a spoon, or with chopsticks, or with a fork, that's also the de particle. That's also the tool by which she did something. So, cafeteria de, we could add, hashi chopsticks. Cafeteria de hashi de hiru gohan o tabemashita. So notice that there's 2 meanings of de particle, especially with a verb like tabemasu. Alright, so anyway, the question is, cafeteria de hiru gohan o nanji ni tabemashita ka? Or just, nanji ni cafeteria de hiru gohan o tabemashita ka? Nanji ni cafeteria de hiru gohan o tabemashita ka? What time did you eat food at the cafeteria? Did you eat lunch? Sorry, not food, lunch. And the correct answer would be, hopefully you know how to say this already, it would be the Ichiju 5Ju. It's so horrible. I don't mean it in a bad way. Jews are cool. Alright. 11時50分 10分 or 10分 11時50分 desu. Or also AM, so let's add an. 午前11時50分 desu. So there you go. That's how we would say it. 午前11時50分 desu. Someone's phone is ringing in the background. Sorry, I hope that's not too deafening. Alright, great. So that was how we did 5. And now we have 920. Okay, so 920. So here we're again. So Endless Lands asked us. Oh no, yeah. I hope it helped. Endless Lands asked us about different readings for different numbers. I shouldn't put my mouth over my hand in front of my mouth when I'm talking through a microphone. The word for 9 is usually Q. However, once again, depending on the counter, it can switch to ku. So you're going to see a lot of ku. So with time, the Q's turn into ku. So this is actually kuji. Okay, so that's a hint on the answer. The question will be, Nanji ni hou no yomimashita ka? Nanji ni hou no yomimashita ka? At what time did you read a book? Nanji ni hou no yomimashita ka? And the answer would be 9時20分 or 20分. Frequently you're going to hear 20分, I think, with the E, because the E to the E sounds weird. 20分. 20分. So you're going to hear 20分. A lot more of the 20分sounds. 9時20分. Alright, so we got 30s, we got 20s, we got 50s. We now know how to talk, let's see, so 10分. So if it's just a 10 minute, it'd be 10分 or 10分, one of those two just by itself. We don't say 1 10分, we don't say that. 10 by itself is just 10分 or 10分, okay? Okay, so 10, 20, 30, we did was for time. 30 is just han. Normally it'd be sanju if we're counting like books. How many books do you have? Sanju something. 40 would be 40, 40分, 40分. So 40 pun, 40 pun, so yon. 50 we did 50 pun, and 60 would just be a new hour. So it would be rokuju, but since we're doing time, it would just be a new hour. There's no rokuju puns in time. Okay, great. So that's all that. So that being said, now we're going to do some adding times in between the 10 markers. So 6:25. Asagohan no tabemashita. I ate breakfast. What time do you eat your breakfast? A, it's none of your business. 2, 6:25. All right, here we go. The question is, what time did you eat breakfast? Nanji ni asagohan no tabemashita ka? The answer would be 6:25. Notice with the go, we have our mouth open, go-hun. So we're going to stick with the hun reading. Remember how we had more than one reading for minutes? We had hun and we had pun. Some people write hun with an F. I mean, F or H hun. It doesn't matter. It is a mix. I found it varies by age, actually. Younger people are going to say hun. If you put your mouth together, like, it's almost like you're whistling, but you don't make a whistle, hun. That's why it's an H or an F. Anyway, so nanji ni asagohan tabemashita ka? Once again, mashita is did eat, or ate in this situation. The O tells us what we ate. So asagohan, asa morning, gohan meal. Gohan meal. Sorry, my voice cracked. 6:25 分. Oh, sorry, and then gozen. Gozen. 6:25 分. I stuttered there. Gozen. 6:25 分. Asagohan no tabemashita. I ate breakfast at 6:25 in the morning. Yeah, in the morning. Ooh, 6:15. Oh, here we're in ban gohan. Ban, evening. Gohan, meal. So that's dinner. Ban gohan is your dinner. Again, the question is, nanji ni ban gohan no tabemashita ka? Look how easy that is. Nanji ni, whatever the heck the sentence is. Nanji ni ban gohan no tabemashita ka? What time did you eat dinner? So, nanji ni ban gohan no tabemashita ka? Nanji ni ban gohan no tabemashita ka? And the answer is, well, first off, the go-go dancers dance in the PM. So, go-go. 6:15 分. Again, we have the go-hun. It looks like they don't do anything other than 5s and 0s. Okay, so, okay. 6:15 分desu. 6:15分desu. I ate, the answer to your question is, I ate at 6:15. 6, 6 o'clock. 10, 5 分. 10 plus a 5 is 15 o'clock. Great. 6:15 分desu. Perfect. Wonderful. All right. And last one, 5:45. Nanji ni uchi e kairimashita ka? Notice again, this is the e particle for at what time did you do something. Or sorry, the where you're going. This is the e particle for where you're going, and it's written with a he. Hiban. He. Okay, never mind. Uchi is home, and kaerimasu is literally to return home. They have a special verb for returning home. Itekimasu! Itterashai! That's actually a different one. What am I talking about? Uchi e kaerimashita. I returned home. Kaerimashita. What time did Brown return home? Nanji ni uchi e kaerimashita ka? Well, the answer is goji, because it's 5 G's. Goji. 45 分. 45 分. 45 分. Okay, so 5:45. 45 分desu. We're going to add desu. Okay. 5時45分です. Oh, go. 5時45分です. Okay, I hope that helps. I hope that's helpful. Since we are on a live stream and I only have somebody babysitting until right about now, my mother came over and kept the kids busy so I can try to get out a live stream. I'm going to slowly try to move this somewhere else so I can actually do more live streams, because it looks like schools are not going to let kids back to the schools anytime soon. It might actually go through summer, so I'm going to try to start making more live streams for you guys. Consider donations, blah, 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 all the links in the description. I'm not going to push it beyond that. It would be very helpful, and I'd appreciate it. Got house and kids to pay for. That being said, what I want you to do for homework, since you probably don't have this textbook right now, and I'm pretty sure it'd be illegal, since I'm adding commentary to this textbook and adding a whole bunch of stuff, I think I'm safe with copyright. If not, hopefully I don't get sued. That being said, for your homework, in the comment section, I want to hear, what did you do at 6 o'clock? That could be AM or PM. So, gogo 6時何をしましたか? What did you do at 6 o'clock? Or 午前6時に何をしましたか? Hint, you can make it up. And these are some verbs you can work with. Okimashita, I woke up. And that, let's say this is yesterday. Kino, from whatever, because people are going to be watching this in the future. Kino, whatever yesterday might be to you in the future. Kino, 6時に何をしましたか? We got okimashita, we got shimashita, we got tabemashita, we got ikimashita, we got tabemashita again, we got hanashimashita, speak with somebody, we got kaerimashita, return home. Notice the to a location. You could also use a ni particle for going and coming to a location. Mimashita, watch something. Yomimashita, read something. Nemashita, I went my butt to bed at 6 o'clock. I want you to get the right particles. O's and es, and you don't really need the de unless it's an action and you really want to add it, but don't feel like you need to do that. And if you're talking with somebody, or you're doing any of the, actually, if you're doing any of these actions with somebody, like if you're eating lunch with Kawamura, you could say, Kawamura-san to cafeteria de hiru gohan o tabemashita. And here's a hint. Make the sentences fun, unless you, feel free to tell the truth. But also have some fun, Say you ate a zombie. Zombie o tabemashita. Okay? So use your particles correctly. I'm going to get out of here. I hope this was helpful. Let's check out for any new exciting comments. Endless Land says, Cafeteria de hiru gohan o tabemashita. Yeah, you wrote that. You wrote that perfectly. The cafeteria is exactly right. That's your katakana. De hiru gohan o tabemashita. Your kanjis are correct. You probably just hit the spacebar, not to be rude, but if you actually know the kanji, that's great. And hitting that spacebar when you're typing it out also helps. For those of you who don't know hiragana katakana, check out links to it's evanseasyjapanese.com/hiragana or katakana, and I have some fun stuff there. Let me just show you real quick. I am in English. evanseasyjapanese.com/ we'll do hiragana. I want to show you guys something fun. I don't know if enough people know about this. Let me make sure this all fits properly. It's fitting pretty good, eh? Yeah, okay, let's zoom in a little bit. So one, I have a bunch of lessons up here. So you can just click on any of these. A through ko, sa through to, na through ho, ma through yo, ra, n, ten tens, hiragana compounds like kya, kyu, kyo. And then an extra bonus practice vid. I also have a playlist. So if you go to my YouTube channel, just click on the playlist. All of these videos will show up. I also have a hiragana chart. And this is the best part. You go here, and you have Spider-Man and Mary Jane having a fight. And they're speaking in hiragana, but it's English. So, for example, this is hello. Hello, baby. How are you? Tonight, I will be very busy. You have to listen a little bit better. Busy is supposed to be busy. A few of these words won't get translated that well. So you go through this, and the answers, click here for the English. I have the translations in English to all of them, so you can just have fun reading them as you go. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's an exciting tale of woe, despair, cheating, and all that sort of stuff. Love lost and love gained. And the best part is that if you go to the katakana page, I have all the same stuff there, and it continues on. Oh, these are some of the kids I taught in Japan. They're very happy to get their photos taken. The conversation continues in katakana, and you get to practice all of that. So if you don't know any Japanese, and you want to practice hiragana katakana, it can be very frustrating because you're like, I don't know what they're saying. But if you want to feel rewarded and actually understand what they're saying, I have these up on my website. I hope this is helpful. Once again, a lot of extra bonus stuff is available for Patreon and Subscribe Star at the $1 level. It's 30 cents. No, it's 3 cents a day. Wait, 3 cents times 30? Yeah, no, that's 90 cents. So, wait, 30 days times 3 cents equals 90. So, okay, so it's 3.3 cents a day. And that gets you everything I've ever made outside of my website on there. For you to download for free. Anyway, like I said, I'm trying not to pitch that too much, even though that is the reason why I'm doing this. I want some money. Alright, I'm going to stop talking. You guys have yourselves a happy day. Peace out.